an old car.
Well, let's hope he goes right by.
Yep.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
On this windy day, I'm not sure if we're going to get windburn or sunburn today.
It's a bit breezy. It's a bit breezy, but it's a beautiful morning, Saturday morning, and it's July. And when we first left the house about, I think half hour ago, it absolutely felt like it was an autumn day. It's so crisp and breezy and clear.
And no humidity, unlike yesterday.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little something different on this introduction. We're going to talk a little bit about Susan's bike. Two things. First of all is her tires. When we first kind of switched over to the e-bike, I bumped her tire size up from a 25 to a 28 to give her a little more cushion, a little softer ride. And since then, we've actually bumped both tires up to a 32 mil tire to go the next step further. And how's that working out?
Boy, is that nice.
Yeah?
I mean, the first ride that I went out on this, I just immediately felt the difference. Really nice, very comfortable. You don't feel the bang when you hit a pothole you shouldn't be hitting.
You shouldn't be hitting anyway. And it does smooth out the road quite a bit. It does give you a much more comfortable ride. And coincidentally, oddly enough, it also gives her a very quick ride.
I know, especially downhill. I mean, like I have to brake because I'm going to run into you, literally.
And the second thing that I wanted to talk about was, and we mentioned this in an earlier video we did about Susan's e-bike, and that she had the notion that because of her riding over the last year or so, she's gotten stronger, which she has. She's gotten to be a much more accomplished cyclist. Cornering is better, stopping is better, all those things. And she felt like she could lose the ease bike, take the motor off the bike and return the bike to being just a road bike.
Yeah, that was a joke.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. Okay, I'm just going to say my average speed was 12.2 miles per hour. I could not keep up with you. And up those hills, oh my God. I said to my e-bike once I put her back together, which we will discuss, I will never, ever, ever be unfaithful to you again until the next time. But I went back and forth, should I, shouldn't I? Because I thought, you know what, I could do this.
It does give you a certain false sense of security that, yeah, I can climb these hills because I can do it pretty much easily with the motor. But yeah, once the motor came off, although I will tell you one thing, it really did lighten up the bike a lot.
Yeah, I cornered like so much better. It's like when you take off from a stop sign or stoplight, it's like you just go. And I love that, and I love the feel of the bike because it was like 11 pounds lighter. Like, no kidding, it felt nice.
I'm glad you remember the figure. I was trying to remember how much lighter it got.
Yeah, but I will tell you, by the time we got home, first of all, I hadn't eaten enough, and then we got on the road. We were on the way home. I think we were maybe like 3-4 miles from home, and I totally bonked. And I didn't even know I did. I just knew I wasn't feeling right. Got up that hill. I don't even remember climbing the hill.
The last hill, yeah, on the State Street.
And then we got into the garage. I sat down. I felt like somebody was taking their hands and going like this and choking me. I was like, oh my God, get my e-bike back.
Okay, now I'm going to be absolutely honest and be fair with her, because here's the problem. Well, it's not a problem. With the motor off the bike and returning the bike to just being a road bike, Susan did absolutely fine. Average speed, yeah, it dropped, obviously. Plus the fact that she took off riding on a longer ride than you probably would if you were just getting back on the bike again. So my point is that without me, if she were riding by herself, she would have done fine. She probably would have gone for about a 15-mile ride, not a 25-mile ride, and that would have made a lot of difference because, you know, those hills are new on your muscles when you don't have the motor. And I know she would have done fine, and over time she would have gotten stronger and handled the hills better. But as we both discussed,
the reason for the e-bike.
The reason for the e-bike was for her to be able to ride faster, climb the hills, go further, keep up with me, and enjoy and have fun. So,
and I wasn't having fun that day. Part of me was having fun, but once I got towards the end of the ride, it was like, you know what on earth was I thinking? Like, toe blonde, that's it, to the roots.
Well, so Susan now is back to riding her e-bike. She's very happy with it. We're out doing more and more rides, trying to go different routes that we've gone before. I've also made some changes to my bike, which I'll talk about in another video. But we just wanted to share this experience that Susan had with going back and forth with her e-bike configuration. And
Yeah, and typical me, you know, Libra to the core, back and forth. Should I, shouldn't I? Weighing things out. I must have gone back and forth, what, 3 or 4 times?
we must have talked about this for 3 weeks until I finally said, just do it. Let's find out.
And that morning I woke up and I went, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this.
You know, the other thing too, and it's a good point to make, is that Susan was very considerate with me because she thought this was going to be a lot of work for me to undo the bike configuration from a standard road bike to an e-bike. And in fact, it took me less than a half hour to unsnap everything and take it off, put her original wheel back on, put a new tire on that original wheel, and off she went. And conversely, when she said, okay, can we put it back? Again, it didn't take me much more than a half hour to do that. And so if you guys are ever considering getting an e-bike kit for yourself for whatever reason, apart from the expense, it's absolutely a snap to put together. And when you decide I don't want to use it anymore or move it to another bike, very easy to do.
Yep. And I don't think I'm going to be changing this for, I think next winter I'm going to do my Zwift like really, really hard. See how I feel, and then maybe next year I'll give them another try.
Maybe.
Maybe. I said maybe. The operative word, maybe.
Okay, so that's what we want. That's what we wanted to share with you this morning. We're out on a beautiful July Saturday morning, enjoying the weather, enjoying our ride, and hope you're out there enjoying it too. Click and subscribe if you like this video, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good day, everybody. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.